Since its inception in 2000, the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation Scholarship Program has awarded more than $500,000 to outstanding high school seniors from Ventura County, California. This program honors the life and legacy of President Ronald Reagan by providing financial assistance to exceptional young leaders. When we look at an application, we aren't just looking for students who have excellent grades and SAT scores. We are looking for students who, like President Reagan, were extremely well-rounded and actively made their communities a better place. The first quality we look for is outstanding leadership. In addition to serving as the 40th President of the United States, President Reagan was California's governor from 1967 through 1975 and was elected to serve as the president of the Screen Actors Guild 6 different times.
For me, leadership is the ability to inspire.
Leadership is setting an example for the community and for people both older than you and younger than you.
As Vice President of Royal High School's leadership class this year, I'm so proud of all the achievements our leadership class has made, from boosting school spirit to planning rallies and getting students very excited to go to school.
It takes great character to be a great leader, and President Reagan had a unique combination of self-confidence and humility that allowed him to work with leaders from across the aisle and across the world in the name of freedom.
Ever since I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at age 4, I've been wanting to just do everything I can to help find a cure for type 1. But as I grew older and started having these individual experiences with others who are affected by the disease and with my family, I realized that it was time to do more. So I started raising money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, and I actually got the opportunity to travel to Washington, D.C. and lobby Congress for more funding and continual support for more research. So that was an honor.
Being an Eagle Scout is probably one of the biggest honors that I've ever had in my life. Just being in Boy Scouts in general, I've been a Boy Scout for the past 8 years now, starting at Weeblos level, then going on to Eagle.
For National Honor Society, we collected toys for children who are less fortunate, and that was a really inspirational thing for myself because I'm really I'm fascinated by people and by the things that they need and my role in fulfilling their needs. And so by giving them these toys, it was a way for me to reach out and to take the first step into my service towards the community and whoever it is that I see that needs help.
President Reagan was known as the Great Communicator. Widely considered one of America's most articulate political speakers, President Reagan was also an accomplished writer who wrote 2 autobiographies and kept a daily diary while in the White House. Reagan scholars are also excellent communicators.
I was not born a speaker. My experience at TEDx was one of learning. I learned how I acted in front of other people, and this really made me better understand who I am as a person and as a speaker. This really made me see how and what it takes to become a better communicator to other people.
When I was small, I had a lot of difficulty communicating with people. So when I grew up and started getting a little bit better, I understood and sympathized with those kids' fear. And I know some people who fear public speaking more than death itself. And I'm just I understand that. And I really want to give back to my community by giving these younger kids those public speaking skills that I lacked when I was a kid. And so by doing that, I hope that they can become more confident leaders at a younger age.
I think that communication skills are important because you can be the greatest person in the world, and you can have all the ideas that really have the power to revolutionize the way that people are thinking or will think in the future. But without the ability to communicate it, no one will ever know. I think that is such a shame that some people were such great minds, but they were never heard.
Whether you're saving lives as a lifeguard, giving a speech in defense of teachers, or traveling the country listening to the stories of GE factory workers, President Reagan worked tirelessly throughout his life to make America a better place. Reagan scholars have proven themselves to be just as dedicated to Ventura County.
At my time at Adolfo Camarillo High School, I founded 2 clubs, the Humanitarian Club and the Make-A-Wish Foundation Club. And because of my efforts in both those clubs, my principal and my club advisor created an award called the Humanitarian Award, which is given to students who show exemplary work in community service. So I'll be the first recipient of this award, and for every year after me, then students will receive this award for community service and volunteerism.
Serving the community is important to me because I get to see the joy in other people's lives when I give up part of my time to help them.
Serving my community is important because God gave me talents that I believe I have, and I believe that God wants me to give those things back to other people. Not doing that would be irresponsible. So I give what God has given me back to other people, and I get a lot in return, so I'm thankful for that.
The Reagan Presidential Foundation's Scholars Program awards a total of $50,000 in scholarships annually. Awards generally range from $2,500 to $10,000 each. If you think you have what it takes to be a Reagan Presidential Foundation scholar, visit reaganfoundation.org/scholarships.